A police department in Pennsylvania reported to the public and the media that they had arrested this guy, Benny, for resisting arrest, assaulting an officer, and then fleeing the scene. Benny was in a lot of trouble. But fortunately for him, he was able to obtain surveillance footage that showed what really happened was that Benny was just headed to work on his motorcycle, and he ends up getting attacked by this crazy-looking off-duty police chief in a road rage incident where he gets physically assaulted, attacked, and guns pointed at him out of literally nowhere, then runs away for his life. Tell me what you think. Who is the criminal here and who was the victim? Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel, where my mission is to protect and defend your constitutional rights. Please help by not only subscribing, but liking, commenting, and sharing this footage so that what you see in this video and other videos that I do don't happen to other people. According to a press release issued by the Manheim Township Police Department in Pennsylvania, this man, Benny Xavier Pena-Rivera, was arrested on multiple serious charges, including 1 count of aggravated assault, 1 count of evading arrest, 1 count of resisting arrest, 1 count of DUI-related something, and 5 counts of vehicle code violations. This is what they said happened. Around 5:13 p.m. on Wednesday, April 30th, 2025, Chief Fisher was in the area of Lidditz Park and Chester Road. He was behind a black motorcycle that was not displaying a Pennsylvania registration plate. The motorcycle ran a red light on Lidditz Pike and York Road, passed vehicles on the right, rode up onto the sidewalk, weaved between vehicles, and did not use a turn signal. Chief Fisher attempted to stop the motorcycle in the area of 1900 Fruitville Park. Chief Fisher was in an unmarked police vehicle and identified himself as Manheim Township Police. The rider started the motorcycle as Chief Fisher attempted to stop him from leaving. The suspect, later identified as Benny Pena-Rivera, ignored orders to turn off the motorcycle, shoved Chief Fisher, and attempted to drive away. Pena-Rivera got off the motorcycle, and it was between him and Chief Fisher. Pena-Rivera used the bike to push Chief Fisher and make an escape on foot. A search of the area ensued. Pena-Rivera was identified as the rider by police investigation. So that was the official police narrative as of their press release dated May 2nd. But Benny knew that's not how it happened. Here's what he told the local TV news.
I actually saw him on the road on the traffic light that he said that I ran, but he actually waved at me and everything, like, hello, and everything just went normal.
So as far as he knew, he saw a guy not in a police car, not wearing a police uniform, wave at him. He thought he was saying hello. Then he arrives at work, he parks his motorcycle, and as he prepares to get off to go inside his place of employment, the guy he thought was saying hello earlier in traffic pulls up and jumps out of his not police car in his not police clothing, but pointing a gun.
All I heard it was on the ground, I will shoot you. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? What's the reason for all this to be happening at all? And all of a sudden, I just have a gun on my face, like literally on my face. And then on top of that, he's wrestling with me with the gun and everything. If it wasn't because I actually flee out of the season, I don't even know what would even happen.
This surveillance footage that was later obtained shows the police chief, Duane Fisher, exiting his car that has no lights on it, no emergency lights at all, no indication that it's a police car, get out of his car wearing shorts, a short-sleeved shirt, clearly not a police uniform, no indication that he's a police officer, aiming a pistol and approaching Pena-Rivera, who's sitting on his motorcycle, then physically grabs Pena-Rivera by the shoulder, pushing him, and after a few seconds, the police chief holsters his gun, and the two continue to grapple until Fisher pulls Pena-Rivera off the motorcycle and eventually out of the camera's view. Pena-Rivera told the TV news that he fled the scene and then he ran back to his house. Chief Fisher would only turn on his police lights after Pena-Rivera left the scene. Police later located Pena-Rivera and arrested him. So the guy is then sitting in jail because he can't post bail. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for May 14th. So May 14th rolls around, and all of a sudden there's an update in the TV news story about this arrest. It said, update, charges dropped against Lidditz man accused of resisting arrest, assaulting police officer. Prosecutors dropped the most serious charges against Benny Xavier Pena-Rivera, 24, who is instead pleading guilty to 6 summary traffic offenses. Why? Well, according to Lancaster Online, a video of the alleged confrontation between Pena-Rivera and the arresting officer in the April 30th incident appears to conflict with the Manheim Township Police Department's account of the incident. Then, a day or two later, there's another update in the media. Fox 43 reported that Chief Duane Fisher, following the appearance of this video, has now been placed on administrative leave pending investigation by the department. Lancaster County District Attorney Heather Adams released the following statement after the charges were dropped at that first court hearing. The Manheim Police Department and the parties agreed with the resolution of the charges in this manner based on the facts and circumstances of this case. We are not investigating this incident. The Lancaster County District Attorney's Office does not investigate use of force or internal policy violations of police departments that do not rise to the level of a potential criminal act. Okay, but why would the Manheim Police Department agree to the charges being dropped? They said that this guy assaulted a police officer and fled the scene. So they just let him plead guilty to traffic violations? Why would they be okay with that? In fact, they still have this press release up on their website where they accuse Benny of all sorts of serious crimes. Do you think that there is an update press release where they say that all the charges are dropped? No, of course not. And the DA who dropped the charges against Benny said that there's no criminal investigation because they don't get involved in police disciplinary policy issues. Well, wait a minute. Now, generally, when we jump out of our car and we aim a gun at somebody on a motorcycle and we physically assault them, drag them off the motorcycle, etc., we get in trouble for that if we're not a police officer. What she's really saying is that it's her opinion that what he did was justified. If that's true, why drop the charges? You know what I think? She knows that that's not true. She just takes the position that some people are above the law. Really, no crimes at all were committed here? Let's look back at the official police narrative, the official police statement, and compare that with the video where they busted red-handed lying to the media and the public about what they did. The statement said Chief Fisher was in an unmarked police vehicle and identified himself as Manheim Township Police. Yet the video shows that this was an unmarked car and that there were no emergency lights activated until after this incident was entirely over. The statement said the rider started the motorcycle as Chief Fisher attempted to stop him from leaving, that he pushed and shoved Chief Fisher and attempted to drive away, and that Pena-Rivera got off the motorcycle and it was between him and Chief Fisher. Is that what the video showed? Or did the video show that the chief of police jumped out of the car with no emergency lights on, no uniform on, and approached this individual, pointing a gun at him, and physically put his hands on Pena-Rivera and himself pulled Pena-Rivera off the motorcycle? The statement said Pena-Rivera used the bike to push Chief Fisher and make an escape on foot. Is that what happened, really? Or does the video completely show that to be a lie? That's not what happened at all. He did not use the bike to push the chief and make an escape. That was a complete fabrication created at a time when this police department believed that there was no video footage of what happened. Perhaps that's why he had the emergency lights off of his cruiser, because that may have activated a dash cam that would have recorded what actually happened. They thought there was no video footage, so they lied. They incarcerated a man who at best had committed minor traffic offenses for days and days, weeks, tried to destroy his life. And they weren't going to do the right thing. They weren't going to tell the truth. Nobody was, until the video surfaced, thanks to this guy himself or his lawyers, and put it on the news. The only thing that protects you, that protects me from our government, is video footage. This is a great example of that. Who are we going to believe, the Manheim Township Police or our lying eyes? We can see what this looks like. This looks like your everyday road rage incident, which, by the way, appears to happen all the time with off-duty police officers. I mean, maybe he wasn't off-duty Maybe it's their policy for this guy to not wear a uniform and to instead wear shorts and not activate his emergency lights, and so on and so forth. Or perhaps it was a road rage incident that was covered up because they didn't believe it was caught on video and disguised as, hey, we caught a criminal. He attacked a police officer. We have to back the blue. We're going to give him a high bond, keep him incarcerated, and he is going to be punished to the fullest extent of the law. So we have a victim. An innocent victim. Okay, he committed traffic violations. We have punishments for that. He apparently pled guilty to that. But a much more serious crime was committed by this chief of police. And while he may end up getting disciplined, he may end up getting fired. Even if that happens, that's not enough. Nobody is above the law, right? No force was justified here, much less deadly force. Quite the opposite, actually. What would we do as law-abiding citizens if somebody breaks in our home or attacks us with a firearm where there's no indication it's a police officer, where it appears as if we're being attacked by a criminal? If somebody attacks us in that manner, it would be reasonable for us to use deadly force, but only if we're protected by video footage. And here, it saved this guy from these serious criminal charges. Even so, the government is still not willing to take responsibility and accountability. This district attorney is gaslighting you, and now you know. Like I asked you in the beginning, in your opinion, who is the criminal here? And if you want to help, remember, the only thing they're afraid of is other people seeing what you just watched. So share the footage far and wide. And subscribe, both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at JohnBryanESQ. I'll continue to follow this one. Remember, our rights don't end where your fear begins. Freedom is scary. Deal with it.